Mic check, mic check. Is this thing on? Yeah, it's on. See what we got going on here. How y'all doing, Postal families? Everybody good? Is everybody cool? Everybody clean? Are you crisp? Are you feeling irie today? Is everybody over there arguing about my video right now? Oh, man. We shouldn't be arguing about it. We shouldn't be arguing about it. Let's see what we got here. Take it off my earpiece. Hopefully people are here. Let's see. Everybody's still watching my other video. Or did we freeze up? Let's see what we got here. Anybody here? Anybody live? What's going on, fam? Why is my earpiece still trying to connect? Good. Now we cooking with hot sauce. Listen, I done poked the bear's nest a little while ago. How y'all doing? How y'all doing? How y'all doing? Listen. What's going on, Big Roy? Liz? Poppy Toady? I don't even know what you're saying there. But listen, I want to talk about a couple things. Oh, TTO, did you notice that you got that little bump in your pay? They dropped us a little $2,000 extra for that grievance. Did you see that there? Did you see that? Yeah, the truck drivers, we had a grievance. I didn't know when we were going to get any of that money, but we got a little $2K. I didn't even realize it was there. Yes. All right, I appreciate you too. I want to talk a little bit more about that contract thing that I just mentioned in my last video. It seemed like I poked the hornet's nest, and that was not the intention. Some people get it, some people don't. But I like to speak about reality. And reality is we got inflation. That's reality. Not just us, though. Every single worker in this country has to deal with inflation. I know we like to look inwards and we like to say, oh, what about us? What about us? But we have to take and look at reality with the whole country. Now, this inflation has hit everybody. But I spoke about what the realisticness was of these upcoming negotiations. And I broke it down and I said, look, we don't have to agree about anything, about our feelings, but we cannot debate the facts. And the facts were, according to all the contracts we've ever had, we've only gotten about a $2.50 an hour bump in pay every hour. That's what it was, $2.50. That's what it averages out to be. It comes out to about $4,000, $3,000 or $4,000 a year. If your truck drivers, comes out to about $4,500 a year, something like that, which is nothing to sneeze at. And we have to look at reality. Economics, they taught it to us in school. We want more. We can demand more, but we have to look at the realisticness behind it. And no matter how many times I put the stuff in and I give the people a math, they're still going to say, but, oh, you don't know, we got the inflation. Yes, we all got inflation in the country. But the reality is that we are not the only workers in this country. Okay, my first cousin, he's a garbage man in New York, makes a killing, but he makes it off of overtime. And I know what his hourly rate is. It's so rare for somebody to say they get $5 an hour pay raise every year. I started at 15, I make 20 this year, I make 25 next year, I make 30 the year after. It's never happened. It's never happened. It's not like I'm making this stuff up. is just not realistic. So people can say, hey, Jay, you tripping. Jay, you this. Jay, you that. But we can't debate the facts. So when we look at the facts, and I spoke to carriers, I spoke to clerks, I spoke to maintenance, I asked each of them to do the same thing. And I challenged everybody here, just look at for yourself as career employees, what your Form 50s were 3 years ago to where they're at now. And you do your own math. You don't have to take my word for it. The math says you've made almost a $4,000 a year raise, which no other company does. And somebody made a good point and says, UPS is better because they don't got to pay for their insurance. And they're right. They have to pay for extremely high union dues. We're paying what, $50, depending on who's in the union, maybe $50 every paycheck for union dues. They're paying almost $200 for their union dues. That's why they don't got to pay for their health insurance. It evens out. You see how that works? So people got to compare what's reality. We can sit here and just live in this fantasy land. Oh, back in 2010, inflation, it doesn't change the facts. And when I drop the numbers for you, you can say, why don't we deserve it? We absolutely deserve it. 100%. I agree we deserve it, but it's not realistic. It has never been realistic with any job. None. Can you imagine them doing that with a police officer? Forget the postal workers. Police officers, let's just say they starting at $50,000 a year. Some of them, within 5 years, they might get to $75,000. 5 years, they might get to $75,000. That's $25,000 in 5 years, which what? Equals out to $5,000 a year. Still the same exact thing, what I'm telling you. You have to be realistic. You have to be realistic when it comes down to the numbers and the facts. I can sit here and try to explain it to you, and people say, oh, Jay, you don't know what you're talking about. Man, I've driven trucks longer than some people have been alive. And I see, you think this is the first time we've been in a recession or inflation has hit? Inflation has been through last 100 years. It goes up, it goes down, it goes up, it goes down. We're just living through it. And that's the reality. That's the facts. We are living through this. It's just how we deal with it. We can appreciate it. And don't for 1 second think that I'm agreeing or siding with the union, because that ain't the case. I think they can do more, they can do better. But when it comes down to the monetary side of it, if they turned and gave us that kind of money, shit, this country would be upside down. People are mad right now. Let me tell you, people are mad right now because they raised the price of stamps. Stamps don't even cost $1 yet. People having a fit because they went up another 15 cents or something like that for stamps, which pay our bills, pays us. Let's be realistic, postal family. I'm telling you what to expect when they go to the negotiating table. We over here second guessing, wondering, and jumping to conclusions and trying to play with numbers. I'm giving you some numbers that are reality. Okay, I apologize in the beginning of that other one and said that the people up top was talking about 44, and that's because they were comparing to what the UPS guys were making. But UPS people are paying more on their own insurance, and if they gave us that, if they gave you what you want, you'd never get a raise again. And then in 10 years, you're gonna be complaining. That's reality. That's reality. Because no matter what they keep giving us, the inflation is just going to meet it. They keep us here. They keep all of us here. All of us at the same place. Here in the middle. There's only 3% at the top that make good money. Because you best believe there's people making $150,000, $200,000 a year talking about they broke. That's reality. We live above our means. That's reality. But $4,000 to $5,000 a year pay raises is nothing to sneeze at. It's just that we don't see it all in one whop. That's why we're so concerned. Now let me read. Do you think a TTO will be level 9 on a new contract? I have good inside information, they're aiming for level 10 for us so that we can get a level 9. That's what they're aiming for. All right. Salty Silver Unstacking. There we go, buddy. Processing clerk, 21 year down, Sarasota. What's up there, CeeLo Diaz? It's a beautiful area, Sarasota. Race to the bottom. Nobody today, but so far from what we have given up, there is no argument that we have ended. So far, the peanuts are comparing and beginning for. A starting supervisor is at 80 grand. It depends. I think the starting rate for supervisors right now at the plants are about 73. And I think at the station, depending on the type of station, they're at like 75 or 76. Not quite 80 yet. Offers at my zip code are starting at $74,000 a year, $36 an hour. There it is, $36 an hour for a police officer, $74,000 a year. Do you think that for 1 second they're going to start giving carriers $80,000, $90,000 a year? Do they deserve it? Yes. Carriers deserve it. Don't think that I'm knocking carriers. Remember, my only daughter, my little princess, is a carrier. I think she deserves it. Are they going to give it? It's not realistic. It's not. Do carriers have to deal with the shit? I'm showing you the videos. They getting robbed. They getting stuck. They dealing with dogs. They dealing with people that don't know how to drive. Carriers deserve it. 100%. Are they going to give it? It's not realistic. Don't be mad because it's not realistic. Economics, time, Salty Silver Stacker. He know it's not realistic. He could probably drop some more facts than I can. I tried to break it down in layman terms so nobody be upset. $100 a month? No, Garrett, they don't. It's more than that. It's more than that. They pay double what we pay. We pay about $100 a month for union dues. Happy 4th, everyone. Day 12 tomorrow. They offer me a city transfer amount. That study tell me to report. I think I'm getting better every day. Congratulations, Bryant. Starting EAS is 84,000. It depends what level EAS. Not keeping subs here. I never asked for a sub. I wasn't trying. I never asked anybody to subscribe to this channel. My channel is about passing out realistic information. When I tell you it's my opinion, it's my opinion. But the reality is what it is. The heat is 107. It's been hot. It's not that hot. Not that hot. That's my opinion. I'm lying. Recap, please. I need help getting a uniform shirt. You can't buy one without a uniform allowance. You don't want to wear no uniform shirt right now, Brian. It's hot. You're going to die. You need to get a t-shirt that has the Postal Service logo on it right now until it starts cooling off wherever you at. Level 17 EAS and mass starts at 84,000. Shit. Where is that at? They pay 2.5 times their hourly rate per month. I looked it up, and our pay is supposed to be comparable to USPS. I'm a carrier. Nope. Telling you you're wrong. Telling you you're wrong. Garrett, you're wrong. I might be able to call a UPS person right now, tell you right now while we're on the phone. I'm on level B. What do level B mean at the post office? I'm not sure what you're referring to there, Roy. Substitute carrier. I can't take a day off with a sub. Carriers in New York City can make that much only with overtime. I might have to call and find out just from one of my people. See if I get somebody on the phone to tell you how much. And just what I told you before, it ain't like everybody could get into UPS either. That's not an easy place to get in. See if I get somebody on the phone real quick. Tell me how much a union person for UPS makes. See? Hopefully they answer. She ain't gonna answer. Nope, she ain't gonna answer. Sorry, I tried. But I'm 100% sure they pay almost double what we pay in union dues. But like I said, we can't debate facts, man. We just can't. There's no way we can debate facts. And I just wanted to clarify that. Again, these videos aren't made to piss people off. They're made for people to look at things in a realistic way. If you don't know nothing else about this country, they follow economics. All right. There are factors that come in that are uncontrollable factors, and then they try to balance things out. That's how this whole government works. A lot of the younger people don't pay attention to that because it doesn't affect you yet. When I was younger, I didn't give a rat's ass about it. But as I get older and closer towards my retirement, I start paying attention to things differently, which is why you can tell what Treasury and all this other foolishness, it makes sense. But once it starts affecting the younger people in their pockets, they don't know which way to look. I felt the same way when I was a truck driver over the road. And one of the reasons I came over the road is because at one time I was paying almost, like $1.12 for some diesel fuel. And then within 3-4 years, diesel fuel was up to $5 a gallon. And that's a $4 an hour, a $4 difference. And I could not sustain. So for those that don't know, tractor trailers, they can hold up to 150 gallons per tank on each side. So that's 300 gallons of diesel. At one time, I was paying about $500-600 fill my tanks. It goes from $500-600 to fill your tanks. $5 a gallon times 3 to $1,500 to fill your tanks. See how things are? And I'm sitting there and I had to give up. I had to let my tractor trailer go because I couldn't afford it. It's the circumstances when the things go up and the things go down. That's reality. That's life. Just like the gas was going up. Was it 2 years ago or 3 years ago? It shot up real high. Then it went back down. We were almost at $5 a gallon. Now we're balanced out at around 3, depending where you are in the country. Some places are at 2 right now. That's just the way the world works. That's just the way this country works. We cannot change that. So, but regardless of whatever goes on in this country, regardless of when the times are that we are way below inflation and we're rocking, we making some money because we're above. We continue to get pay raises. Not every other company does that. Even when people say they cap out, those that have maxed out, they will continue to get cost of living adjustments. So we can sit here and debate it, but those are facts. Please, y'all can debate your feelings, but you can't debate the facts. History does not lie. History does not change because we feel a certain type of way. If you see the trend going, and with the Postal Service, we're getting an average of $2 an hour to maybe $3 an hour raise per year since we've started, what makes it going to be any more different this time? There was inflation before, unless something dramatic happened. And if they gave us a bigger raise, it has to be sustainable because they go private and they start giving that $4 to $5 an hour raise. Place will go private, half the employees will be gone. They have to make the money somewhere. Again, back to what I was saying, people don't even want to pay $1 for a stamp. We have to make it make sense. All of this is factored into this place we work at. The business that we work for. Nonprofit, they have to make something to pay us more. They have to make something to pay us more. Why don't they stop with them damn electric vehicles? Doesn't change the facts. Why don't they get rid of all of this and that? Doesn't change the facts. Those are feelings. We cannot debate the facts. We need to stop catering to the CCA craft. Oh, you trying to piss some CCAs off. Woo! Oh, man. What do step B mean? I'm preferred. Oh, I'm referring to my pay stub. You'd have to check whatever craft you're in. All you got to do is just check out, go on your union website, and you kind of do the little graph thing. You'll see, whatever level you are. If you're level 4 or 5, you look next to level 5, and you go over to the B, and then you kind of scroll down, and you'll see what your salary is or your hourly pay rate. That's how that works. All right. What would be a good contract offer? What is everyone expecting to hear? What would be a great offer for the CCAs, in my opinion, and I'm not kissing anybody's CCA's ass or any of the carriers' ass, but because my daughter is a CCA and I know what y'all do, my sister's carriers, they're both carriers. I know what y'all have to deal with. I believe they should start you guys at around $28 an hour. That's my opinion. Because I believe that's sustainable. Starting at 28 and then working your way up. It's nothing that I believe is going to break their bank, but $28 an hour and then work their way up, because y'all get those cost of living adjustments. You get the 2 pay raises a year. Yeah, I think that's a good fair wage for them to start, because you remember, they're also giving you your health insurance, etc. That's just an opinion, though. This job is a dying career. Pesos, they said that back in 19-something. Back in 1960-something, they said they were going to close this place down. Here we are about 40, 50, 60 years later there. We still kicking. Oh, younger generation. Don't start with the younger generation stuff. We don't want that kind of argument here. Doesn't use mail, and mail will eventually not exist. Go to any modern city with a younger crowd. There's no mail. There's one tray of DPS now. Just imagine in 10 years. Pesos, I said that in my video. I said the mail is going extinct. People thought I was crazy. That's why they're changing the network from a letter network to a parcel network, packages. That's why the Joy dude is changing the vehicles from being able to be equipped with just letter delivery to bigger vehicles that are able to handle parcels. Because if there's no letters, there's no money. And truth be known, there are a lot of people that are, sometimes I sit at the plant, I'll go out there and I'll just watch. There are people in their 30s that don't know how to write a letter. They don't know how to address a letter with the personal address in the top left corner and who you address. They don't know these things, which means they don't care. The actual generations that have been using letters, they're dying off. You're right about that. And we got to think about that. And I spoke to a bunch of carriers. They told me, man, about 15, 20 years ago, they used to get 8 to 10 trays of DPS, 12 trays of DPS to deliver. And people are complaining about 3 or 4 now. It's just the way, it's just the trend. It's history. It's what it is. We can't change what it is. There's nobody that's going to force people to go back. Right now, the post office, if you guys look, again, we don't debate facts. Look on the website. They are giving people incentives to buy bigger mailboxes. That's not for bigger letters. That's for the carriers. So when you are driving up to their mailbox, they can actually put a parcel inside the mailbox. It's all over. They're giving discounts for like Home Depot and all these other hardware places for people to go and adjust their mailbox sizes. This is all part of this big plan because it's reality. That's the reality. It's not that, DeJoy's trying to screw the system. He's keeping up with the Joneses. I don't agree with half the shit he does, but it is what it is. Jay don't sound like nothing. It is what it is. We can't debate the reality, the facts. Just like he said, 2 trays of DPS versus 12 trays. All right. Yeah, and that's what he's trying to do. He's trying to keep it a parcel network. And then everybody's like, well, we're going to turn into UPS. That's where he said we the competitors. As a carrier, the days are longer because of the packages. True. The days are longer because of the packages. It'll eventually balance out, though. Have you guys ever seen them Amazon people? Boy, Amazon, I woke up one morning and my package was at my door. They was out here like 6 o'clock in the morning, Amazon doing their thing. They be out there till 10 o'clock at night. They tripping right now. And the one thing about Amazon, if they don't change their ways, they'll eventually, their way is different. It's just different. Because you ask anybody that works at Amazon or used to work at Amazon, they don't make it past 2 years. It's usually 2 years and they're pushed out one way or another. You never see somebody that come up to your door and be like, yeah, I was there for the last 5 years. They don't do that. They can't keep anybody because they're overworked and underpaid. None of them stay past maybe 2.5 years, but I bet you any one of you that order Amazon and see an Amazon worker, ask them. And you don't see old Amazon workers either. They 45 or younger because ain't nobody gonna do what they do. Nobody. It is the truth. Like UPS, they got a steady pace because they got a good union. So you'll see older people working at UPS. But Amazon, them is some robots. Tell me I'm lying. You ain't gotta believe me. Just open your eyes. We're not making this up. Open your eyes. Ask your own people. I don't know half where you people live at. You be in California, you could be in Ohio, you could be in Texas, you could be in wherever. See you, Amazon worker. Ask him how long. This is what Jay do. He like to take the facts and throw it out there and let you think about it. Give you something to think about. Give you some food. Let you chew on that. Let it nourish you for a little bit. All right, what does it say? If they raise the starting pay, then we can afford to be picky with who we hire. Right now, we've been seeing a lot of CCAs that can't get hired elsewhere, but we're still hiring them. Okay, Crafty, I agree with you. I agree with you. I do the classes for the new CCAs and the new carriers and the orientation. Well, yeah, and man, some of them actually watch me, and if they watch me, just don't take it offensively. There's some trash that we got coming in here, man. And like I said before, my only job is to see if they can drive. And I feel bad when they get to the station because I know that I can just tell who's going to make it because they have no idea what they're in for when they walk into a station and try to be like a regular carrier. Some of you guys that are over there that are just making your $26 an hour, just getting your $26 an hour. And you got somebody new like me coming in there talking about, I want to make what you're making. You be looking at me like, dude, bro, go and sit in some snow for a little while. All right, dude. I get stuck for about 3 hours, or I get called back and then sent back out 4 times with a piece. Then come see me. Sit here for 3-4 years, and then you'll make this. But that's what they got coming in now. The entitled. They're not. Boy, I wish I could talk about it. When we had an Amazon contract at our station, it was a nightmare. I'm sure. I had over 100 Amazon packages a day with mail. Damn. That's a lot of packages. Sound like Amazon Sunday. I wonder if we'll ever still be considered a federal job once we're only packages. Well, why not? Why not? We're still the only place that delivers to every home in America. Still. And we are city carriers. Sheesh. Dethroned by Eli. My son's name is Elisha. We call him Eli. So I was late in adding my newborn to my insurance, born in February, and now it's July. Is it too late to add her now? To fill out and said to write a letter explaining what happened. Is there a chance they could still add her? Or is it the post office by the book? They're going to add her. You can just make anything up. That's a newborn. That's a life change. So they're not going to deny you. They're going to say, you can just say, I'm just going to tell you what you can say in this scenario. I'm not saying that you should say it, and don't nobody judge it. You can say that she was temporarily on my wife's insurance when she was born. And now my wife is without a job. And for the first 3 months she was home, whatever the case is, and now she went back to work and she lost her job. And so now I have to take the responsibility. It's a life change. So yes, you have to emphasize it's a life change. Get your baby on there. It'll cost you some money. You thought insurance was high before. Congratulations, though. What happened is there a chance at my man. What pay rate do you think regular carriers should start at stage A? I think I said this a little while ago, Ephraim. I don't know what the stages are, but I think that a regular career carrier should start to bring them in the door, I think, with stipulations. $28 an hour. Bringing them in the door, $28 an hour. But I think they should bring the old test back. I think they need to go through drug testing. And this is my opinion. This is not facts. My opinion is they need to go through drug testing, and they need to go through the real civil service test that we had, the civil test that we had to go through to actually see if they really want the job. Put them through the ringer before they get the job. Because somebody that walks in here does not deserve $28 an hour. If you're not making it right now, and somebody comes in and starts at $28 an hour, and you've been there for 4 years, you're going to be pissed. They need to come in and earn that. They need to vet properly the new people that are coming in. That's my opinion. Drug test, except for weed. Man. But if I wasn't on here, I'd tell you some stories. Salty Silver Unstacking. Be good, brother. There's a route in my station on average have 200. Jesus Christ. They that whole thing with those Amazon packages and parcels. I was telling you guys a couple months ago. They had us going out to a bunch of stations for about a month because they were swapping all of the LLVs and FFVs out for ProMasters because they had too many parcels on them, and we had to go and train a lot of the carriers on ProMasters because of these things. I don't know what's going on in Athens. I haven't really been a lot of things going on. Hiring garbage, yes, the exam, drug test, periodical, alcohol. You know what's real is that truck drivers got to go through drug tests. I did 3 drug tests before I got in here. And they still, to this day, can get random drug tests. And they do at least twice a year. At least in my place, at least twice a year. Random drug tests, breathalyzer tests, and everything. If they did that at the whole post office, half these people be fired. That's truth. I see mail handlers coming in there drunk. They got their little cups and they sipping while they driving them up. Man, stories, I know y'all got the same ones. It ain't just in my place. Shouldn't everyone get a raise? Yeah. Hooray for Timu. I understand that all managers like to drink. Shit, let me tell you something. If I were a manager, I'd have to drink to deal with people like me. If I were a manager and had to deal with somebody like me, because I'm going to combat you to the end. Oh yeah, I'm going to have to take a couple shots. Now, that's off the record. But yeah, and I don't even drink. But shit, can you imagine having to deal with a bunch of your own coworkers? They can't pay management enough. I understand the managers like to drink. Let's get this money. Shmoney. Corrected. That's with a SH in front of the N. Shmoney. His ass, I'm leaving the same day. I'm not scared of hard work. True that. Guy in my station got arrested for DUI while on duty. Didn't lose because apparently management neglected. They knew that he was drunk and still let him drive. Damn shame. Most wasteful spending by the post office is management. Oof, that's another video. One incentive is that really for kids coming out of high school to walk 10 miles a day in heat with snow with mandatory overtime on garbage pivots because the old guy gets driving pivots every day. True. I get that, Pesos. See, this is where we're going to agree to disagree. We've agreed on some things. Now we're going to disagree. Have you seen the high school kids now? Have you? I'm scared to go to a high school. And I grew up in the Bronx. I'm scared to go there. Yo, I feel shit. These kids is nothing like they used to be. All right? These kids have to earn their keep, man. They have to earn. You don't just walk up to a government job. Right now they do. They just walk in and they walk out. It's costing the post office $3,500 for everybody that quits. Hence this reason that they got this whole new plan of trying to change the culture. Told y'all they were going to do it. But these kids, $3,500, they come in here and they want what you make. They looking at you like, well, see, you talking about the old guy that gets the pivots. Pesos, you going to be the old guy eventually, brother. I'm thinking you're a guy. You're going to be the one. So eventually somebody below you is going to come in and think they deserve what you deserve. They think that they deserve what you work for. This world, the world we live in, is not an entitled world. We are not rich. We're not born with spoons in our mouth. We work for what we get. And half the time we don't earn what we work for. We don't get the spoils of what we put our hard labor into. But I'll be damned if a little kid come off the street at 21 that thinks he's gonna make the type of money that I make now. I've driven for 26 years as a tractor trailer operator. I've been to every state millions of miles. I done freaking damn died on the table. He's not gonna come in here and think, hey, old man, let me make what you make. Bro, you just got out of driving school. What makes you think you can do? Bro, I done been through the trials and tribulations. You earn that. That's reality. And that bothers a lot of young people that think they deserve it. But when you're older and you see the new people coming in, you're going to feel exactly the same way. I got here and I used to hate them old people. I used to grill them down like, man, these dudes making $50 an hour, man. You just stand there with your finger in your ass, man. And I'm being serious. This is what I used to think. Don't judge me. This is true. How I felt. I couldn't stand half these truck drivers. Man, fuck, man, you better get from you thinking that. And I wanted to tell. I wanted to snitch. I didn't. But I get it now. They did more work than we did, that I did. And I'm doing more work than the people that come in after me. So I get why they were like that. They've been through a lot of shit. They were pulling those. Just imagine if there's 10 trays of DPS per person back then. Now there's only 2 or 3, maybe 4 now. Just imagine how many loads they were pulling back and forth. Think about the carriers that were doing 10 trays of DPS walking in the snow, just like you just mentioned, compared to the new kids that got to do a couple packages up and down with 1 tray of mail. It's just what it is. Not everybody deserves what you get. You can't think that everybody deserves what each other has. Each of us individuals got to make things even. All right. Glenn, what's going on? My time clock smell like weed because a lot of them seem to smoke before coming inside to work. He's taking it definitely all time, know how to adapt to survive. What are they doing with all those van at Crown Road? I don't know what that means. You have to drop me some information. Venue. I only got 10 minutes left. The old man got to go to sleep. Man, if an elder in my office wants the easy work, he can have it. He busted his ass and he deserves it. Okay. Yeah, because they hire anybody. They literally making anyone a supervisor. You saw that dude that was cutting the fool the other day, made him a supervisor with a little Easter egg pants, short ass, tight. You see his booty hole, but he said, man, had a camel toe. What was wrong with that dude over there getting arrested, putting his hands on? And how somebody gonna let that man put their hands on? Every carrier should have jumped on dude and whooped his ass. You punch a carrier and break his jaw, and the other carriers allowed that? Shame on them. They should have beat his ass. Remember, we still postal family first. You don't let no manager put their hands on that. Man, that's thinking some. I wish my daughter would call me and tell me that one of them supervisors did something to her. Boy, wish my sister would. Actually, my sister told me something one time. Anyway, I do know what you mean, Jay, but you got to hear what I'm saying. The younger crowd perspective, but I 100 understand what you're saying. I'm a PVO driver. Can we transfer after a year? I don't know. Depends what you're trying to transfer to. You're transferring local? Depends. I think it's 18 months if you're transferring within your own area. At my station, we got about 40 people on restrictions. It's kind of hard to go to work, but I still go. 40 people. Jay talk about this in his videos because this is reality. Y'all reading the live comments. 40 people at one station on restrictions. What kind of burden is that putting Kennedy on? Think about that. 40 people with restrictions. That's crazy. Let's just say, I don't even know, maybe you got 80 people at your station and 40 of them are playing the field. Maybe some of them are hurt, but 40 on restrictions. And so now the other 40 are overburdened with work. Should they hire 40 more people? So now you got 120 people at the station? Is that realistic? Because if they hired the 40 more people, now you got 120 people at the station. Suppose those 40 people that are hurt automatically get better. Now people are looking for work. Now people starving for work. Now people complaining there ain't no overtime. Damned if you do, damned if you don't. But that's some bull right there, 40 people. They literally make anyone a carrier. You said it. TTO from New York trying to transfer to North Carolina, but scared of all those station closures. Any update on North Carolina station with TTO closure, anyone? North Carolina ain't too far from where that lady was at that was yapping that smack, that running her mouth. You trying to get to North Carolina, huh? I don't know about any station closures, any plants, but we coming up on that time right now, Postal family. I wanted to clarify that. Like I said, we can't debate the facts. I honestly think that if they really push hard enough, if your starting rate right now for a career carrier, I believe is around 22 and some change an hour, I believe, my honest opinion, the starting rate is going to be around 26. And that's a $4 an hour jump, maybe 3 and some change. But if they go that route, just know there's going to be a lot of cuts that follow. If they give that, if the post office gives that, they're going to take a lot in return. That's where the negotiations come from. So be cautious of what they're talking about behind the scenes. That's why I say, go check out Tyler Vasseur so that the union can be more transparent about what they're talking about as far as negotiations. I'm lucky enough to have a decent shop steward that, you know, I see him in the hallway and we'll just sit down and chop it up. He gives me some information, so I know what they're negotiating. But as far as your carrier craft, make sure y'all have your input because you don't want to get the shaft at the end of the day. If they give you 26, they're going to take something. That's fact. Just like they gave the UPS people all that money, but they took a lot. A lot of people don't talk about what they took from them. They lost a lot of employees. They lost a lot of management as well. A lot of things changed that they try to keep hush. All right. Let's see what else we got before we get out of here. I love us being able to stay at guaranteed 6 figures and luxurious vacations everywhere. I know that's right. Had an acting management come in and treat lots of people like crap. He's playing a lot overtime schedule. Most of the people off the list. Now she's having issues getting things done. No, yeah, exactly. I'm aiming to transfer to Atlanta once I get a divorce. Well, you stay away from Atlanta, boy, you're going to end up getting married and divorced again. Where I am, the military people they hired literally do nothing and management can't touch them. Gotta respect our vex. I'm starting 26. What do you think will be the top pay? I don't know. I don't know about the top pay, but I guarantee you, if they give y'all that, they gonna stick y'all somewhere else. I got a bad feeling about that. No, Kenny, I know that 12,000 people. They said that less than 4% were drivers. No, there was more than that. They closed a lot of buildings down randomly, and that was 12,000 people in one shot, though. They had more. If you Google it, you ain't got to take my word for it because I got the articles back to back. There were actual workers. Some of those that were considered part-time that didn't get converted to full-time, they got released. So a lot of the part-timers got released as well. And they had the people that worked inside the buildings as well. The workers that are, what they call them, the warehouse workers. They got released as well. Yeah. What do you mean stick you all somewhere else? So when they negotiate, they gonna say, okay, well, if we go with your demand for $26 an hour, we will convert half of your CCAs, but the rest of them get fired. That's what, I'm not saying that's what they're gonna do, but that's where the negotiations will come in. You understand what I'm saying? They'll say, we'll only keep the maximum complement and any extras gotta go. So a CCA could be there for damn near a year, but if he's the extra, they may release him. That's where negotiations are. Or they'll say, it's all union stuff. If they give you a lot, they're gonna take something in return. It has to balance out monetarily. That's what I mean by give you something, they're gonna take something. Negotiate. Does my daughter do park and loop or is she just driving? That's interesting. So I'm gonna actually show you. I'm gonna try to do this as respectfully as I can because I'm not really fully dressed. I'm one of those that doesn't ever wear clothing, but I'm trying to show you a picture of my daughter, a before and after. It's pretty amazing. See if I can pull this thing up. Y'all see I got my glasses on today and I still can't see. Still moving my head back like I'm blind. Where that child at? Oh, there she is. All right. All right, here we go. So this is my daughter right here. Let's see if we can zoom in. See my baby? There she is, right there. And then 4 months, she was there. Well, let's see what she looks like after 4 months of carrying. Do you see that? 4 months of carrying. Ain't no parking loop there. My baby don't look like a crack baby. She done lost so much damn weight. That's the only benefit to this place. People lose weight. Not the weight that you want to lose, though. Woo! Best exercise you'll ever have in your life. I saw my daughter. I said, where you go, baby? Where you go? Yeah, wow was right. Yeah. She wished she was on a freaking driving route. All right, Postal family. Y'all be safe, be blessed. We'll argue sometime later on this week. Y'all don't take none of this too personal. Let's not debate facts because we can't change that. I don't want y'all to have unrealistic expectations. Unrealistic expectations. And I see somebody said they're a clerk. The clerk that I spoke to earlier today, her pay raise between 2021, it was February of March of 2021, her Form 50, March or February 2021, and up to March or February of 2024, it came out to almost $14,000 difference within 3 years. $14,000 difference in 3 years. Form 50s. So they giving us money. We just not making it in the big wop. All right. Man, this hurt my damn eyes. I'm trying to adjust. Postal family, they out there blasting stuff. We'll argue another day. For those that are dealing with the heat, please stay hydrated. And I know that they tell everybody don't wear tank tops, but ladies, if you have the button ups, you know, the button up carrier shirts, which I like, just open them up. Do not allow this place to tell you're looking unprofessional. Forget being unprofessional and protect your body first. Protect you first, because all they're gonna do is talk about another carrier died from heat exhaustion. Don't even play the game with them. Just whatever makes you comfortable. I've seen some carriers that tie it up. They look like crap, but you know what? They're cool. Stay cool. Don't let these people, 4 years from now, hopefully y'all ain't gotta deal with this heated vehicles. All right. Y'all be easy, be blessed. This is JH. And I'm out. Peace. My son's not here, so I'm trying to figure out how to shut this camera off. Don't laugh at me. Yeah, we all laugh. I'm still trying to figure out how to. This is embarrassing.